Welcome to today's episode of Dollars and Cents. I'm your host, Azim Merchant, and today we'll be talking about the latest current account numbers for May, the rupee dollar parity, the FX reserves, and the way forward. So let's jump in. The current account managed to close at a surplus of USD 13 million in May compared to a deficit of USD 530 million reported in the previous month. Trade balances for goods and services coupled with improvements in the primary and secondary accounts all contributed positively to the month-over-month surplus. Despite an improvement in the current account position, the overall balance of payment position closed in the negative at USD 1.9 billion. Month-over-month substantial decline of USD 3.5 billion from the financial account was the major cause of the sharp decline in the overall balance of payment position. This was expected given the substantial decline in FX reserves owing to debt payments worth USD 1.8 billion, which also put upward pressure on the rupee as it closed at 163.1 versus the dollar, marking a month-over-month decline in May of 1.8%. Good news is that inflows of around USD 1 billion are expected by the World Bank and the ADB, which should shore up the country's reserves and take some pressure off of the exchange rate. Having a look at the recent trends of the rupee dollar parity and the FX reserves closed at 18.9 billion USD as at Feb, while the rupee closed at a comfortable position of 154.2 against the dollar. During March, reserves declined by USD 1.8 billion owing to panic selling caused by the widespread of the COVID-19 pandemic. This in return caused hot money to pour out of the country, resulting in upward pressure on the rupee as it closed at 166.7 against the dollar. In April, inflows of around USD 1.4 billion from the IMF under its rapid financing instrument aided the country in meeting its urgent balance of payment needs stemming from the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic. This inflow took our reserves to USD 18.7 billion, thus taking off some pressure off of the rupee as it closed at 160.2 versus a high of 166.7 in the previous month. May again witnessed debt payments of around USD 1.8 billion, dragging down the FX reserves to USD 16.9 billion and again putting upward pressure on the rupee as it closed at 163.1, depreciating by 1.8% month over month as the rupee closed at 160.2 in April. Pressure on the rupee continues to build up subsequent to May as the rupee closed at 167.4 as on 25th June 2020. The expected inflows of around USD 1 billion from the World Bank and the ADB are expected to shore up the reserves yet again, thus taking off some pressure off of the rupee and enabling it to remain range bound. In the medium term, the market does expect the pressure to remain on the rupee as debt payments are bound to occur and the COVID-19 situation may not allow our friendly neighbors to park their deposits in the FX reserves. That's it for today. If you found the information to be useful, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon so you stay updated with the latest developments in the economy. See you all in the next one. Thank you for your time.